Alright, I gotta ask Callie about this. This is absurd. This is crazy. Baby kitten, have you heard about the new Corvette SUV coming out?
No.
Do you want to know about it?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
I didn't think you would care.
Tell us. We want to know.
I was hoping for this bit you wouldn't care. It's okay. I'll tell you all about it. Autumn, what do you think? Alright. Well, welcome back to Corvette News with your host, VetOnVettes. So my intro bit kind of failed. Typically my wife doesn't really care about anything car related, let alone an SUV styled Corvette, but she did. It totally imploded my intro. It is what it is. Oh, also real quick, someone in my office today got me a little Hot Wheels C5 Corvette. Isn't that just the cutest thing you ever did see? Yeah, this is a limited edition 97 Corvette, 1999 Treasure Hunt Series, number 3 of 12 cars. So this will probably be my retirement. Alright, so I got 6 fun Corvette related news stories for you guys today on this hot Thursday. Got to drive around the Corvette a little bit today, taking it to work tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. So I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering and get right to it. Florida Corvette, a 1994 Corvette, pretty much disintegrated when the owner, Will Harrington, was doing a basic compression test. I'm assuming it was being fed fuel and the fuel pump was not disabled. So lesson learned, when you're doing a compression check, trying to crank the motor, cut the fuel, and best you can, the Schrader valve, get all the fuel out in the fuel rail. Now, I wasn't there, maybe he did. Maybe this was a weird fluke accident, I don't know. There's a picture here after the fact. It is kind of sad, it was like his pride and joy. People must say it's only a C4, but some people, a Corvette, doesn't matter what year it is, it's their baby, man. This is my C5. And I love this thing just as much as my C7, so I get it, it sucks. And he had like 20 grand invested in it. It looks really, really clean. So that sucks, man. If you're watching this, my condolences, and hopefully insurance doesn't screw you too bad. Get yourself in another Corvette sooner than later. So yeah, whenever you're doing maintenance out there in your car, just be vigilant. I know weird things happen, and this might be one of those weird things in the margin, but nonetheless, still sucks, you know. Hey babe, we go out to the garage, I'll be real quick, doing a couple little things. You know, she walks out, whole garage is on fire, and the Corvette's in the driveway, burnt to a crisp, and you're trying to explain it, and you just look stupid. So, there you go. All right, back to C8 Corvette news. If you haven't seen it already, a Taycan, I don't know how to say it, a Porsche that's electric, but it's a turbo. Not really a turbo, but it says it's a turbo. It's really stupid. I don't know. I don't get it. It's electric. I don't care about it. However, it's super fast. This thing can go to 60 in like 2.6 seconds. A turbocharged C8 Stingray. What's her name? Amelia Hartford. They did 3 races. The Corvette actually won 2 of the 3. Now this Porsche electric situation is fast. It is all business and it is quick. The fact that the just 2-wheel drive, rear drive C8 caught up and actually beat it in 2 of the 3 races. One was 1,000 foot, I think 2 or 1,500 feet if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so it goes to show what the C8 is going to do with all-wheel drive and a little more power. I think it's going to be a freaking animal. Just these numbers on a boosted base model, you know, it's probably getting 0 to 60 in 2.6, 2.7. This thing's going to be 720 F speed. Quote me on that. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. And if you haven't seen the video, it's all over the internet. And it sounds good, especially when you hear them just in the distance. The boosted C8, it's an LS motor, you know, it's not a not a cross plane, but it still sounds pretty damn cool. This next story is coming out of Bowling Green itself. Not too exciting, but they have upped the average weekly museum deliveries from 45 to 55. The first time they've ever done this kind of volume out of the museum. So it goes to shows they're trying to they're making them faster than they get into the dealers out to you. So they're making them fast. So again, hopefully we'll see prices level out, but probably not because inflation and crap and just politics. Insert whatever comment here. But yeah, it's good to see that Chevy knows that we want them and they're trying to get them to us any way possible. But unfortunately, I think if you do a delivery option, it costs an extra few grand. So you're kind of mitigating any savings you would get. Yeah, whatever, still a pretty cool experience. So yeah, they're upping the volume of the weekly deliveries at the museum, in case you were curious. C8 Corvette spotted in the wild again under all of its camouflage, but someone got close enough to see the rear tire size. These things are huge. They're sporting 345s. That's insane. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the fattest tire size available right now for any production car. Lamborghini Countach comes to mind when I think of 345s. And these things are 285s, right? 295s. These things are wide. So, actually, add another couple inches on there. That's crazy. But yeah, I think the only thing right now with higher than 345s on a car is like Bugatti and some other crazy supercar. So they mean all business with these tires. Freaking steamrollers, man. So it's gonna put down some serious power. And coupled with front wheel drive too, well, I guess all wheel drive, it's gonna be insane. I can't even right now. A matching number C2 Corvette in Arizona sold for a cool $2.7 million. Now this is kind of a rare Corvette, kind of like the C3 L88. This is a C2. This is one of Zora's creations, kind of made under the radar. It's one of only 20 ever made. It's a 7-liter 427. Now, man, back in '67, this thing had over 500 horsepower from the factory. That is insane. The power is put down a little differently back then. It had a 4-speed manual, which is still pretty damn cool. Looking at the car, it's a picture here, it looks very unassuming. You wouldn't think it's all business. This thing is all business all the time. Gorgeous car. And the more I look at C2s, the more I'm really starting to like them, man. C2 is just such a pretty car. Looking at, I had it right here in my notes, and it's just, God, it's gorgeous. Something about this, it doesn't even need nice rims to look good. The C2, it just always looks good. It's one of the very few cars I like in convertible, as well as coupe. Typically, any convertible, for me, it just ruins the entire body lines. And the C8's cool where it has a hard top convertible. I like that. But yeah, so if you got one of these rare 67 L88s laying around, you might be able to cash in for a few $1,000,000. So check your garage, see what you got. And lastly this week, I want to touch on the upcoming hypothetical, still rumor mill, Corvette SUV. From what I gather, they want to make the Corvette its own brand, kind of like Hyundai did with Genesis, which I didn't like. I think it's kind of stupid and lazy, and how Dodge did with Ram. It just bothers me for some reason. Like they're trying to pretend like they're not part of it to cash in on it. I don't get it. It's very synonymous, Chevy and Corvette. And they're trying to pretend like, oh no, Corvette's his own thing. It has nothing to do with Chevy. I don't know. It gets under my skin. I don't know why. Any case, we're still in speculation form. Here's a rendering, and here's an actual spy photo from some sort of press release that came out a little bit ago. However, if you follow Chevy or Corvette news, I do know about a year ago they took a lot of the Corvette team away from the actual Corvette to work on other projects. One of them being electric vehicles. This might be in that wheelhouse to try to mimic what the Mustang's doing with the Mach-E, which I don't care for. I know electric's the way of the future. I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't sound cool. I've driven Teslas before. They're cool. It just doesn't have that raw global warming quality to it. It sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. But from what I understand, they're trying to make it kind of like the Porsche Cayenne, right? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Kind of a higher tier SUV. They want it to be a little larger. It's going to be a V8 option only, and probably starting at around 6 figures, which you already lost me right there. I'm sure there's a market for it. Someone that's got a family and money wants a cool sports SUV. But who knows? And as more comes out, I'll cover it, not willingly, but it's just morbid curiosity, I guess. I'll talk to it a little bit, but yeah, the idea of a Corvette SUV after 60 years is just kind of 60 plus years. I don't know. I'm sure someone out there's watching this like, freaking awesome. And I don't mean to offend you. All right, I'm gonna go edit this and enjoy the sunlight because it's nice outside. And if you're watching this, go enjoy yourself today and outside. Do something fun for yourself. All right, guys. Well, I'll have another fun video for you guys probably this weekend. Until then, take it easy, and I'll see you later. Mark out.